After nearly 80 years of advocacy and organization, the temperance movement finally reached its goal when the 18th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States went into effect on January 16, 1920. Though the local brewers, as well as those on the state and national levels, were seeing the effects early.
Prohibition didn't just come all at once in 1919 and 1920. There were a number of different counties, especially throughout southern Minnesota, which started to go dry earlier on a county-by-county and sometimes town-by-town basis.
Doug Hoverson is the author of Land of Amber Waters, the history of brewing in Minnesota. He says that while some breweries were able to keep up and running through Prohibition, it wasn't because of support for dry living. It was the non-alcoholic beer that was flowing through the taps.
Near beer products just were not very popular. They were mostly used as a way for the brewmaster to stay employed and keep his skills up.
When the Great Depression hit, coupled with the ultimate failure to enforce the law or eliminate demand, the 21st Amendment to the Constitution repealed Prohibition. But it was a brave new world for the industry.
The whole nature of the American beer market had changed.
Brewery trucks had just started to get used before Prohibition. But 15 years later, the state is covered with a network of roads, and every business has a delivery truck by this point. And this means that breweries can compete on each other's territory much more easily than they could before.
Now you had competitors from Milwaukee and St. Louis and New York and so forth.
At Rock and 7th Street, this gate marks the remains of the Bierbauer Brewing Company, which later became the Mankato Brewing Company. At their peak, they were putting out 90,000 barrels of beer a year. But at the end, only 10% of their sales were coming in the Mankato area. And that was no way to compete with Milwaukee's Miller and St. Louis's Anheuser-Busch.
With the advent of advertising and like sporting events and sponsorships and TV, that really gave the power of the reach to the big guys.
With America developing a taste for lighter beers in line with the hip national trends, coupled with the challenge of scarce resources during World War II, the local brewer continued to decline. So much so that by 1969, there would be only one left in southern Minnesota. But just as quickly as America's taste for beer could swing to light, golden, and national, there was a new trend brewing, and it was going to take American beer back to its roots. Ryan Gustafson, News 12.